Hello again. Welcome to Lily's Toolkit videos. So this is just a really short video to talk about what a Vinyasa is, as opposed to Vinyasa Flow, like a Vinyasa Flow class. Because Vinyasa is thrown about all the time, Vinyasa, 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 Vinyasa. And when I first went to a Vinyasa Flow class, thinking I knew that it was a style, X, Y, Z, and then a teacher said, so now we're going to take a Vinyasa, or take a Vinyasa of your choice. I was like, what? Am I running this class? No, I don't know. I personally was confused. Maybe it's just me. But I just thought I'd do this video in case anybody else was. So, Vinyasa actually just means to place in a special way. A Vinyasa Flow class is sort of characterised by a style where you flow from one asana to another, using the breath to create rhythm. Each Vinyasa class will be different because it's up to the teacher to choose which movements they string together into a flow. A Vinyasa literally just is 3 movements that teachers use to move between one place and another. So maybe to get from one flow that's finished into another, or maybe just from one pose into another. It's used to regain the breath, because the three poses that we use, the asanas, are you exhale and then inhale and then exhale. So it allows you to come back to the breath, using the breath to guide you through those 3 positions into wherever the teacher wants you to be next. So each person, or even one person on different days, on different classes, might take a Vinyasa slightly differently. It's kind of, I guess, most commonly thought of as a Vinyasa to be Chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra, and then into downward facing dog. But it might be that day your back's feeling a bit tender or vulnerable, or your arms are feeling, or your shoulders or your neck a bit weaker than maybe they were the day before, or maybe you're building strength to get into a full Chaturanga, so you might choose to do knees, chest and chin, and then lowering down onto the floor, coming into a cobra, or maybe even baby cobra, and then pushing back into downward dog, or maybe even child's pose and then into downward dog. So just to say that when a teacher says take a Vinyasa of your choice, that is what they're referring to, that obviously you can do what's right for your body in that day at that time. So just to quickly go over what I mean, if you were in, let's say, Warrior 2, a teacher might want to get you to another position, and they don't want to just kind of get you to move there, so they might link it together, thread it together in a special way, by saying we're going to take a Vinyasa, so bringing the arms down towards the mat, stepping the foot back, and then coming down into a Chaturanga as we exhale, inhaling into our upward facing dog or cobra, and then exhaling back into our downward facing dog. That would be a Vinyasa. Maybe then the teacher wanted you to come into child's pose, or into tabletop, or wherever else the teacher may be wanting you to go. You never know. But like I said, if that felt a bit intense for you that day, maybe you, when the teacher said take a Vinyasa, might lower the knees, lower the chin and the chest, come through a cobra, and then exhale back through a sort of child's pose into downward facing dog, like that. So it might look different person to person, class to class, but essentially taking a Vinyasa is a way to get from one place to another place, regaining the breath, regaining the flow, bringing everyone together to meet back in downward facing dog, ready to move on to wherever they want to be. And Vinyasa Flow, or Vinyasa style of yoga, is obviously the style of yoga as opposed to Ashtanga or Hatha or Bikram or blah, my brain disappoints me. Yeah, so I hope that that's helpful. Check out some of my other videos or follow me on Instagram at showmehowyoyoga. I hope this helps. Tell your friends and family and pets and strangers. Anyone. Lots of love.